Dean Moore, we ask so much of our youth workers in our churches, and they obviously have finite time and sometimes shrinking time as the room for their youth portfolio is diminished or they're given other tasks, which raises a question of having to really think deeply about what the role of the youth worker or the youth minister is. How do you understand the principal giftedness required and service called forth from a youth worker today?
That's a good question. And it's good because there is no answer to it. There is no profile of a good youth minister. Some research, by the way, has been done on theological education, which is not your question, but it's relevant. There is no single profile or background experience that makes a person effective as a president of a freestanding theological school or as a dean in a university-embedded theological school. The uniqueness of the human being, who's the dean, and the uniqueness of the community is what makes it work. And I think that's true in youth ministry. It's the uniqueness of the human being who is the official or one of the youth leaders. This person may be lay, may not receive a penny, but someone who is a youth mentor, it's the personhood of that person and of the community of the congregation and the youth themselves. And the congregation includes others who are in youth ministry. So I think of youth ministry as something in which a person is in front of youth, luring them to think about things, to ask questions, to probe the meaning of their lives, and to imagine a future that they might contribute to. But a youth minister is also underneath young people, supporting them and giving them opportunities to fall. If the youth minister is always out in front, then you're just pulling kids along, and they don't even have an opportunity to fail, or they don't have an opportunity to admit they fail. And of course, we as human beings fail all the time. So they can't be real. So they need mentors who are under them. They also need mentors who are behind them, who are encouraging them to continue on the journey, but who are there if the young people want to just stop and say, we can't deal with the fact that another African-American young man has been killed in the streets without a weapon by a police officer. We can't deal with the fact that the crime rate in our city is increasing. We can't deal with the fact that some of our best friends are fearful that they will be deported or their parents will be deported. And so the youth minister needs to be behind young people in order to be there when they want to just stop. And the youth minister also needs to be beside the young people. So in front, underneath, behind, and beside. One of my favorite definitions of teaching is to share the journey of faith with another. And I think that's what youth ministry is about. Just chatting, walking along the street, swimming in an ocean, or doing whatever you're doing, but being alongside, present.